Have you ever struggled to come up with a motivation letter or a personal statement? This is very important, especially when you're considering applying for university admissions or for a study opportunity. In very simple terms, I'm going to show you how you can come up with a good personal statement. Hello, good people. Thank you so much for passing through my channel. I'm super excited today because it's been 3 to 4 weeks when I decided to launch this YouTube channel. I didn't know what to expect, but I just want to thank you for the overwhelming support that you have given me so far. I've seen an increase in the number of likes, views, sharings, and the comments that you're giving me. Thank you so much for the support. If this is your first time here, please subscribe. And for my regular subscribers, thank you so much for trusting in me. Thank you so much for giving me the confidence. Don't forget to continue to like, share, and leave your comments. So to jump into today's topic, I'm going to be talking about how to write a good personal statement. I'm going to put a disclaimer. This is based on my personal opinions. You understand? This is not like the standard or the measure to a good personal statement, but based on my personal experiences or my opinion. So a personal statement, it depends with the opportunity. For some, they call it a statement of purpose. Either they require a motivational letter. For some, it could be just a cover letter. In this video, I'll be using the word a personal statement. So a personal statement is very important when it comes to applying, be it for admissions at a university or be it for study scholarships. Usually this is a one-page document, an average of 600 words. And we are saying these are the words that are going to set you apart or to make you outstanding to get the admissions of the study opportunity that you are looking for. So it's very important to then have a very good, convincing personal statement for whatever opportunity that you are applying for. For those who will be applying for scholarships, then it becomes a competition, meaning you are competing through this 500 or 600 words document or personal statement. So imagine how much you need to invest in writing that personal statement. You might have like the experience, the qualities, the exposure, like all that is needed to get this opportunity. But if you don't have the skill to write the personal statement or the skill to express yourself in that personal statement, then at the end of the day, you might feel like it might look like you are not qualified for the opportunity. But then what was missing is you didn't have the skill to put your ideas across or to market yourself. Just as it says personal statement, it's about you. It's personal. It's you. I don't know how to put it in English, like personal, you. So the personal statement is about you. I've seen people writing personal statements that talk about the organization that they worked for. They talk about the country where they come from. But the personal statement is more of you than the organization, than the country. It's too personal. I don't know how to put it across, but it's all about you. So I'll try to put this issue in a way that is understandable and simple. One thing about me is I just like simple things. So it's personal. The emphasis is it's personal. Whenever you're writing a personal statement, a motivation letter, a statement of purpose, or a cover letter, it's personal. It's all about you. I keep emphasizing because there are some people who have reached out to me to review their personal statements. They are talking about their country, they are talking about their organization, they're talking about their community. It's about you. Now I know I've created like a controversy when I say it's not about your organization, it's not about your country. Well, what I'm trying to communicate is You can't separate yourself from your country and your organization. You understand? It's personal, it's about you. But at the same time, you can't separate yourself from the country that you come from and the organization that you have worked for. But when you are writing about that situation, then show your relevance within that organization, and then show your relevance within that country. That's what I mean by make it personal. Because if you just come and talk about your organization or your country, then we don't see your relevance. We don't see like your value in that setting. That's what I mean by it's personal. It's all about you more than your organization that you are working for or that you worked for or the country where you are coming from. So personally, when I'm drafting my personal statement, I usually have 4 paragraphs, maybe sometimes 5, depending with the number of words that are required in that particular personal statement. So for me, the first paragraph, I talk about the course that I'm applying for. That's the first thing in the first paragraph. I'm very straight to mention the course that I'm applying for and also the motivation for me to apply for that course. Remember, I've got limited words, so I don't have time to start talking about like whatever I went through growing up and stuff. No, these opportunities are different from the scholarships, like in my Zimbabwean context, where a scholarship is awarded to less privileged people who are academically good and stuff. No. Most of the scholarships abroad, they are based on you being a leader or you being a change maker, something like that. So I'm just straight to the point. And the examples that I'm going to be giving are from a public health perspective with a gender eye, because remember, my background is within a public health and gender. So that's where I'm going to be drawing my examples so that you can relate to what I'm trying to talk about. First paragraph, I'm telling them the course that I'm applying for and my motivation. And remember to make it personal, but also give us like a national context of where you are coming from. So to give an example, let's say I'm applying for public health. In my first paragraph, I become very specific, like I'm delighted to apply for a master in public health, motivated by my background growing up in a marginalized community characterized by health disparities. This is me. I told you I'm a gender person. They have to know. So I've already brought in the aspect of marginalized communities and also health disparities in the context of public health. So now they know my motivation to say, okay, she has selected a master's in public health. What's your motivation? This is a young woman who has grown up in a marginalized community that is characterized by health disparities. So in one sentence, now they know about me before I even tell them a lot. If somebody's asked, do you know this girl? Oh yeah, I know, she grew up in this marginalized community that was characterized by a lot of health disparities or challenges. That's why she's motivated to apply for a master's in public health. Then, like I mentioned earlier on, don't separate yourself from your country or your organization. So like in my case, I then continue to talk just a sentence about my country, to say due to political challenges, economic decline, or political instability, economic decline, or whatever instability, we are experiencing some health challenges. So now I've just given like a brief context of my country or the organization that you're coming from if need be. That's my first paragraph for writing my motivation letter. Then I move on to the second paragraph where I talk about how this course perfectly fits into my future career goals. How is this course contributing to my future aspirations or my future career goals? So like for me as a public health expert or also a gender expert, I can give an example to say like as part of my future career plans, I intend to establish maybe an organization that focuses on a particular public health issue. In my case, I like sexual and reproductive health and rights for young people so much. So I can give that as an example, or I can say I envision myself maybe establishing a research institute that maybe gives evidence-based information on a particular public health issue, and maybe this research institute is going to be the first in Zimbabwe. I'm just trying to give random examples of how the course is going to contribute to your future career goals. So you need to familiarize yourself with the course or degree that you are applying for. Identify the modules that are there and how are they going to give you the transferable skills that you need to initiate change in a particular area in future. Those are your future career goals. So establish that link, what you are studying, what you intend to do, how is this course going to help you to develop the skills, the knowledge, the expertise that you need in your future work or your future career goals. For some, you can mention that you intend to maybe come back and join your organization and continue in this particular issue, or maybe this you are already working and you have identified that you lack certain skills, certain knowledge, certain expertise, and you need to learn those skills. So then you link the course that you are studying, how it's going to benefit you and how it's going to improve where you are currently working. I'm not sure if I'm making some sense. Like for me, when I applied for public health, the motivation is I worked with this doctor who was evaluating public health interventions, and then I realized, okay, I studied gender, but I don't have like the theory of how to evaluate public health interventions. And for me to gain these skills or knowledge in this area, then I need to do public health. And then in future, if I want to continue in public health consultancy, then I need the qualification, you see. So identify how this course is going to benefit you in your future career goals or your future career plans. Then on the third paragraph, I talk about how this course complements or matches my previous studies or my past experience or the work that I'm currently doing. There must be a link, you must show the link that what you studied before or the work that you've been doing before can be complemented or matches the current course that you want to study. Create that linkage. For example, my academic background is in gender studies, and then in my work experience, I've been doing community health promotion interventions. So now I'm saying, like, working in that space as a gender expert, I noticed that public health in a way is not gender sensitive. So now for me, I want to study public health such that I become this gender expert within the public health domain. I'm showing the links now between my previous courses, my current work, and the course that I'm studying. You need to also identify the terminology in that particular field. You see, I will talk about, I'm a gender expert, I'll talk about health inequalities or the social inequalities, the gender disparities within the public health domain when it comes to access to services. Like these are the things that I've been observing working in health promotion interventions, like in the community, using my qualifications, my skills within the gender and development domain. But now I'm saying, for me now to be this gender expert within the public health domain, I need to study public health. So once I study public health, my role now will be to bring this gender lens within the public health domain, be it policy making, be it interventions. We need gender experts in that particular area. So I'm trying to give examples like for you to think through how you can link your previous studies and your work experience to the current course that you have selected. I've been talking to someone who was writing about she was she had chosen like a master of science in finance, governance and management, or finance, accounting and management, like those courses. And then for her undergrad she did banking and finance. And then for her work experience, she's now working as a finance in administration coordinator in an NGO. So when she was now creating the linkage, is my BSc I did banking and finance. This is more centered like on the corporate world. But then I'm now working in an NGO where I'm taking a dual role of a finance officer and an administrator. So now I need this course now to give me the knowledge, the skills and the expertise within management. Yes, I'm a finance person, but now I'm involved in the governance of the organization, in managing the organization at a managerial position. So this example is just to give you that link, the linkage. Another example, I was talking to someone who's intending to apply for a master's in education. He has a diploma in primary education and also a degree in administration. So now he's opting for an MSc in educational management. There is a link if you look at the courses, and he has 10 years experience teaching. So there is a link between what he studied before, his work experience as a teacher, and now he wants to advance now into educational management, because his vision is not to remain a teacher, but now he wants to get involved into policy making around around education. He has seen, for example, the introduction of the new curriculum in Zimbabwe, the gaps, the challenges, and whatever the capacity that the students have, the teachers have when it comes to the new curriculum. So this has been a motivation to say, okay, I feel I need to improve my skills within this area by pursuing a master's in educational management, such that when I finish, now we're getting into his career goals. He wants to be involved in policy making. I'm giving you all these examples to create that link between your previous studies, your work experience, and the course that you have selected. This is the third paragraph for me. Hey, and we are already running out of words. We go on to the fourth paragraph. This could be the last, but maybe we have some space to have another mini paragraph. On this paragraph, I talk about value addition. What is it that I'm bringing to the course? Remember, when you're being given an opportunity, be it admissions at a university or be it a scholarship, they also need to see your value in that course. It's not all about you like benefiting, but it's also about you giving back to that course. So it's about value addition. What is it that I'm bringing to that course? I remember when we had this meeting with like the course coordinators for our scholarship, like me and a couple of colleagues, we were worried about the marks that we had received in a particular module. And then I was surprised with what they told me or us. They said, no, we are not worried about you getting distinctions, a merit or a pass. The reason why we selected you for this scholarship is we want you to bring value to this course based on your experience, your exposure, or the work that you have been doing in your countries. Because we receive a lot of applications like from students who are coming from undergraduate to masters without any exposure, like in a workspace or in the development space. And so we need people like you when we are having our discussions, when we're having our trainings, tutorials, that can bring real lived experiences of whatever it is that we are talking about. So when you are writing your personal statement, you also need to show them the value that you are bringing to that course. For example, for us who are coming from Africa or Asia, that is, they call it the global south. So you can actually mention that I'm a public health practitioner or a change maker or a finance expert from the global south, and for example, you're going to be in a first world country. You're saying, I'm also bringing the experience from such an environment to the course or to the discussion. I'm talking about development because I'm more into development, you see. So show them your relevance, show them value addition. They should also believe in you that if we are to give this person an opportunity, then we are also going to benefit from this person. You talk about the publications that you intend to make on behalf of the school. You are showing them how relevant you are in this course and the value that you are also bringing, the diversity that you're bringing to the course, being an expert coming from the global south in that particular field and stuff. So think through around value addition that you're bringing within this course. I don't have like a list of examples around this, but I'm just giving you an idea, like for you to think based on what you have, what you know, what you're exposed to. Tell them that I'm bringing this within this course. It's like that you also give them the assurance that you're not going to be just benefiting from them and they not benefiting from you. That's my fourth paragraph. Then, words permitting, I move on to the last paragraph, very, very small, where I talk about why maybe I've selected that university or that country or that particular town. For example, you choose the UK. For me, I would mention that I've selected the UK because of its public health system. So it's something that I can learn and then maybe try to replicate it in my home country. Like the UK's public health system is good, you praise them. Like find why you have selected that particular country, you see, and how it's going to benefit maybe your own country or develop you as a person. And then when you are studying abroad, it's not all about books. They also get worried that this person is going to be depressed if this person is so much into books. Then maybe you mention, I've chosen Manchester University because of my love for Man U. Now they are seeing that besides studying, you are also very outgoing. I've chosen London because of its rich history in whatever it is that you like about London, you see. Now you are showing the other side of you that besides studying, I'm also this person who can take some time to refresh and stuff. So that would be the last paragraph. And then maybe you also mention how you blend well studying in a diverse community or environment, and also how you are adaptable, and maybe your English also, you are a good communicator, you have been taught in English like in all your academic years, and you can adapt in that environment. So these tips are based on my personal experiences. This is how I've been writing my own personal statements for all the opportunities that I've managed to gain. So to sum up the first paragraph, we are talking about why have you selected that course. Go straight into the point. Why that course? What's the motivation for that course? Make it personal, but also give us the context where you are coming from. That is like your country or your organization. Then the second paragraph, we talked about how this course matches your future career goals or your future career aspirations. How does it match? How does it blend? Then the third paragraph, now we're talking about the link between your previous studies, your past experience or your current experience, and the course that you are studying. What's the link? How does it match? And then the fourth paragraph, now we're talking about what is it that I'm bringing to this course, because I'm not just benefiting from you, but you're also benefiting from the expertise that I have. Convince them. Then the last paragraph, that's when you're talking about why have you selected that country, that university, or that particular city. Why have you selected it? And also how you can adapt in such an environment. So I always tell people, when you are writing a personal statement, look into the mirror. You are this cat, but your reflection should be that of a lion. In your motivational letter or your personal statement, you must roar. It's like that when they are reading your document in that particular office, in that particular room, you are roaring like a lion. You are shaking the walls. Like they can't see you, but they can see this giant who's making transformational change in a particular setting, wherever you are. That's how I take it myself. Like when I'm writing about my work, when I'm writing about what I've done, you see this giant. But if you ask people who really know me, I'm just this small girl, this rural girl who's just full of dreams, who's just hopeful that she can make it, who has done not so much, but then I can express myself in a way that whether you like it or not, you will select me. My first opportunity at the University of Sussex, I was surprised. 800 plus people applied. They shortlisted 20 people. They awarded 6 people. I was part of the 6. For the Chevening Scholarship, I don't know, 60,000 people applied the whole world. I don't know how many they selected in my home country. Like the whole world, 1.5 I think were awarded. In Zimbabwe, I think 7 or so were awarded. I was part of the 7. You have to notice me. Then for the Erasmus Mundus, which is funded by the European Commission, 1,200 applied for Masters in Public Health, and then 600 were selected, like screening, and then 140 were selected, 25 were awarded the scholarship. I'm part of the 25. You have to notice me, you have to hear me. It's all about how you put your ideas across, and we are saying only 600 words to express yourself. So I know in the mirror, I'm this cat, but my reflection is that of a lion. When I write, I roar. You must hear me. You must give me the opportunity. So writing a personal statement is not an overnight thing. It's a skill that you develop along the way. And when you write something, don't have too much confidence to submit like instantly. Look for someone who can help you review the whatever you've written, be it the content, be it the grammar, whatever that you have written. So like I said, this is based on my personal opinion, not to say this is the standard. If you are considering writing a personal statement, I wish you the best. Thank you for watching.